Very good morning to everyone. So today we are going to see about the topic of learning and its type in artificial neural network. So here totally in the learning we have three categories of learnings. One is of supervised learning and an unsupervised learning and an reinforcement learning. So in this session we are going to describe briefly about the supervised learning. So how the supervised learning will be happening, and then the supervised learning we can say the a real time example is that, so how a student is learning with the help of a teacher. So example is that a learning process of a small child. So basically a child doesn't know how to read or write, so there each and every action is supervised by a teacher. So if there is any corrections are needed in case of reading and writing by a child, so immediately it is supervised by a teacher to rectify the error, and then based upon that the child will be correcting his mistakes. The same thing is happened here. So in the network, when we give an input to the neural network, so that the neural network will be producing an actual output. So this actual output, if there is any error is generated, it will be reporting the error in a form of signal to the neural network itself, so that it checks with the network is there any way to correct the errors, and then after that correcting the errors, the actual output will be matching with the desired output. So this is the case of supervised learning happening. So in the artificial neural network, what it happens is the actual input vector, that is required for a specific target vector which represents the desired output. So we used to pass that input vector along with the target vector. So that is, we call that as a training pair, and then the input vector will be resulting the corresponding output vector, and then the output vector will be compared with the desired output vector. The actual output vector is compared with the desired output vector. So when we compare with this, if there is any error is there, or any deviation is there, or a difference is occurred, so this will be propagated to the neural network to rectify the error, and then we will be getting the desired output. So this kind of adjustment will be done in the wait until the actual output matches the desired output. So this is about the supervised learning, and then next we are going to see about the unsupervised learning. So this is about the unsupervised learning diagram, and then here we don't have any feedback to inform that any error is occurred to the actual network. So it used to how the a network will be learning that it will be occurring the desired output, in the sense means it used to learn by itself without the help of a teacher. So in case of supervised learning, there will be a feedback mechanism will be there to report the error. So based upon that we can able to rectify the error if any deviation is occurs. So here we don't have any error propagation mechanism or a feedback mechanism to inform to the network that an error is occurred. So then how far it will be rectifying the error, in the sense means it used to perform, or it is used to learn by itself without anyone's help. So that is with the help of a teacher. So example, a tadpole which used to learn to swim by itself. So it doesn't learn from anyone, is trying to learn to swim by itself. So this is an example we can use for the unsupervised learning. In artificial neural network, during the training process, how far the network will be working, in the sense means, so the network will be receives the input pattern and organize it to form a clusters. So from the figure it is observed that there is no feedback is applied from environment to inform that output should be or whether they are correct. That is, no external signals have been passed to the network. So that's what they are saying, that there is no feedback is applied from the environment to give the information about the error propagation. So that how far the network will be discovering the patterns is, it tries to discover the pattern by itself, and then how far the regularities and how far the features happens in the input data, and then the relations of the input data over the output, it will be discovering it. And then it has a capability of self-organizing. So which means that if there is any similarities or dissimilarities in the output or with the input vector which you are passing, it tries to form a exact cluster by the property of the self-organizing itself. So in the unsupervised learning, what we are concluding with the concept is, a network will be trying to learn by itself without any feedback mechanism, or without any error propagating signal obtained from the environment to the ANN network. So the next thing we are going to see about the reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning is, it is similar to the supervised learning. Learning here is based on critic information called reinforcement learning, and the feedback is sent is called as reinforcement signal. So how far we have learned about the supervised learning is, we will be having a feedback mechanism. So through that we will be sending the feedback to the neural network. Is there any deviation is occurs? So likewise the same critics is follows in the reinforcement learning. The network receives some feedback from the environment. So that's what I've said. After receiving the evaluative feedback only, they can able to decide that whether the actual output is mated with the desired output. Okay, so this is about the concept about the reinforcement learning. It is same about the supervised learning. Here error signal generator will be there. So the actual output and then the desired output will be compared. So if there is any deviation, the error will be propagated to the neural network, and then the network will be rectifying the errors by adjusting the weight of the input vectors which we fed to the network. Okay, so this is about the reinforcement learning. So the next thing is that we are going to see about what are the activation functions we used to use in the neural networks. So to make more efficient and for the exact output, we used to have some force or activation is given. So what that force or activation which you are going to give is that the activation function is applied over the net input. So to calculate the output of an ANN, so that is the activation function is fed over along with the input vector, and then from that the actual output will be calculating it. The information processing element has two parts. So how far the information is processing is based upon two parts. We know that generally that is an input and output. An integrated function F is associated with the input of processing element. So we have an integration function with the association of the processing element. Several activation functions are there. So what are the activation functions are there is identity function, binary step function. So for the identity function, it is a linear function, and which is defined as f of x equal to x for all x, and then the output is same as the input, that is identity function. If same output and same input is obtained, then we can say that type of function as an identity function. And then binary step function is f of x equal to 1 if x is greater than or equal to theta, and 0 if x is less than theta, where theta represents the threshold value. So with the threshold value, we are comparing that if any given x value is greater than the threshold value, then we can apply it as 1, and then if any given x value which is less than the threshold value, then we should apply it as 0, that is the binary step function. and then here the activation functions is continued. The bipolar step function. So how to define the bipolar step function is based upon this f of x equal to 1 if x is greater than or equal to theta. So if the value of theta, the threshold value is less than of x, then it will be as minus 1. So here next the sigmoid function, we will be using this sigmoid function in the back propagation. So two types are there in the back propagation. One is binary sigmoid function, and then the other one we will be saying as the logistic sigmoid function. So here in the binary sigmoid function, so we will be saying that binary sigmoid functions based upon the function f of x equal to 1 by 1 plus e to the power of minus lambda x, where lambda is said to be a steepness parameter. And then the derivative of this function we can say is f of x equal to lambda f of x of I minus of f of x. So this is about the range of the sigmoid function. So this session we have discussed about the learning, how far the learning is occurred in a network based upon what are the categories. So that is supervised, unsupervised, and then reinforcement learning, and then we have seen the activation functions. Thank you.